Hey plant friends, it's me Esmeralda and
Again.
and my niece Ayana, she's joined me for these two videos this week. And we're going to be talking about philodendron care. Can you say philodendron?
Philodendron care.
Good job. She says it better than me because I still get mixed up with it. So we're going to be talking about the care of these beautiful plants. The species has a lot of varieties. I actually have a couple up here.
Oh.
Yeah. You want to go up there and show them this one? This one is a silver philodendron. Lower it. No, lower it down.
Is this heavy?
It's not heavy. See, you can hold it. This is a silver philodendron. It's really pretty. It has bluish silver hues. I recently got this for Christmas from my aunt, and I just watered it. So the pot is a little darker. Here, you can sit back down, Yana. And this one is my neon philodendron. You can just see the bright, beautiful colors. And then one of my favorites is a Brazil philodendron. And this one has all sorts of green hues to it, and that's why I love it. Green is my favorite color, and I love all greens.
And my brother likes it.
Yeah, and my nephew's favorite color is green. So we are a green family. And my niece is smelling it. It doesn't really have a smell to it, but at least it purifies our air, right?
It smells good.
Yeah, it does smell good.
Yeah.
Okay. And so philodendron care can be really easy. It's just until you get into the rare philodendron family, like pink princess, what is it? I think it's called like the whites. I forgot what it's called, the white princess and the pink princess. Those are the kind of rare ones that are I feel like they're scary to take care of because they are so hard to find and they are a bit expensive. But these are the more inexpensive plants, and I do have a heartleaf philodendron, which is very much like, yeah, this one's on my pole, and I have a bigger one that I just repotted recently. And this one's just like, it's a darker version of this one.
It looks like an almost tower.
Yeah, it's growing on a tower, guys. There's a bunch of different varieties of philodendron, and they're super easy. And then this is my Mikens philodendron. It has soft velvety leaves. So there's all sorts of philodendrons out there, and I just love them. They're easy to care for. When they start getting longer, Yana got tired of me. Ayana got tired of me. So there's a Mikens philodendron, which I love. This is like one of my favorite philodendron. I can't really say that anyone is my favorite because I love all these plants for different reasons. But the Mikens, I love it because of the color variations, and also because the leaves feel very velvety and they're soft to the touch, and I just feels good against my skin. You know what I'm saying? So with these plants, they're pretty easy. For the soil, you want to use what I use is an all-purpose garden soil, and the soil that I use is black gold. So I use that black gold. I put a little bit of perlite, a little bit of orchid bark, and to mix it up together. I do have a soil video, but for my philodendrons, I use a little bit less perlite because they do like to hold on to a little bit of moisture. But you don't want it to be wet, you just want it to be moist. So, and how much perlite you add will depend on the atmosphere in your home. So for me, I like to use about half and half, like 1 part soil, 1 part perlite for my environment. So for watering, again, that's going to depend on your environment. For my environment, I usually water them about every 2 weeks right now because it is still cold. It's winter out here. But for the summer, I do water it 1 to 2 times a week because it tends to dry out a little bit more since it's going to be in a hotter season. So for watering, it just depends on your seasons. You will be watering it more often in the summertime, and then right now it's just like every 2 weeks is when I normally water it. That's the kind of schedule that I'm on right now. And then as far as fertilizing go, I do fertilize mine. I still fertilize mine. Some people don't fertilize during the winter, but if I see new growth coming out, I'm going to feed it like that. So I feed my plants accordingly. If I'm still seeing new growth, if I'm still seeing that it's doing something, then I'm going to fertilize it. I fertilize at half of the recommended dose. So I do dilute it, and then I'll feed it that way about once a month. And then during the growing season, I will do it bi-weekly. As far as lighting goes, these can tolerate lower light, but I put them in medium light. Right now, all my plants are in a west-facing window, but usually I do like to put things in the like south-facing window, something that gets a bit more light, or a mixture of both. In my house, there is a west-facing and a north-facing window in the living room, and that's probably where most of my plants will end up moving once once it gets to more bright sun in the summertime. So yeah, the light, they do tolerate multiple lights. And then also you do want to make sure that you wipe down your plants about every other week, so that way they have fresh clean leaves to absorb that light. And right now I'm looking at it now, and they need to be wiped down because dust gathers on it, and then it doesn't get the amount of light that it truly needs. So I like to wipe it down, get it clean, so that it can get as much light as it can, especially in the winter time when there's not a lot of light. So you just want to make sure that you're doing that. For propagation, these are pretty easy plants to propagate. So let me just look at one of the longer stems. It's kind of mixed up there. Ooh. Okay, let's see which one I can pull. So for propagation, you can, these have aerial roots, and you might be able to see it, but I'm going to go ahead and cut it. You can cut it each. So here's one with the aerial root right here, a nice fuzzy one, and you can cut it right in between this leaf and the next leaf, and just cut off this extra stem and prop this one in water too, and then you will be able to grow some fresh roots and then repot it and plant it. So I'll just do it an example. Let's see, you want to cut it at a 45-degree angle with clean shears. So I'm gonna cut in between here. And so this is what it may look like, and you can cut it a little bit closer to that. But here you'll see the node, which is right here, this little bump, and then you can just place it in water. And what I like to do is I'll cut it a little bit closer, and you'll see that my cuts are angled at a 45-degree angle, and you can see some roots right here that are already growing out. And you could just prop this in water and create a whole new plants. You know, plants are the gift that keeps on giving. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the rest of them that I already cut it. So this, and usually with my propagations, I will cut them, put them in water, grow them out, and then gift them to friends who are interested in planting, and then I create more plant addicts. So that's what I like to do, is gift my friends and gift my habit, and they will start to love plants the same way I do, and then they'll get it. They'll get the obsession. And also when you propagate, you want to make sure that the soil is moist. It helps with the healing process when you cut into that plant and heal that stem that you just cut off of. It just helps it heal. I mean, I got that from another plant tuber, Harley G. I learned that from her, and I've been doing it for my plants, and it's worked. So I'm just gonna keep doing what I know. So that is the care tips that I have for philodendron. If you have any extra care tips that you want to share, please comment down below. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. And also, I mean, if you feel like I mentioned something that was wrong, feel free to correct me. I'm open to all care tips. Let's keep these guys happy and growing. And I cannot wait for these to get even more beautiful. For the summer and spring is coming, and I'm excited. My birthday's coming up, so I know I'm gonna get some plants. Until next time, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks.